Good morning again, everybody. It's Brenda here for the Oakwood Art Design team again, and today I'm going to share this card with you. Two versions of it. It's got a bit more colour on it, but linky background, flowers, and a little hair. Okay, I'm going to use Oakwood Grunge stamp set, which lots and lots of sentiments on that one. Oakwood Woodland Animals. I'm going to use a little hair. Hang on. Stampendous, and this one's called Signature Script. I'm going to use that in the background. I've already mounted it onto a block ready, and also this also is already on my stamp platform ready. Cling Peony Pear from Stampendous, which is a huge, really beautiful floral stamp. Okay, and I'm going to start first with creating the background with the script stamp. It's quite a large stamp, as I said, so my base card is 120 centimetres square, just a piece of regular 250 GSM multi-purpose card, which I find works perfectly. Now I've lost my stamp. Oh, here it is. Right, okay. Also going to use oxides, mustard seed, car pumpkin and salvage patina, regular distress inks, gathered twigs and again car pumpkin, and versifying nocturne. I'll explain to you when I come to them why I'm using regular distress inks as opposed to oxides for the use I'm going to have for those. Okay, and water of course to spritz with. So, starting with the palest colour first, as usual, just ink the stamp randomly. Any colours you want. I've just chosen these three, but I quite like the combination, but the choice of what you actually use is yours. Spritz a couple of times with water. I like to angle my card. I'm going to come straight to the edge and press down. Doesn't matter if you don't get a 100% impression because it's a background, and people do stress about background. When I do classes, they get really upset if their background doesn't look like they think it should look, like you've got a few pale patches there, but it doesn't matter because once you've got your focal image in, the background becomes just that, a background giving extra interest, but your eyes don't necessarily go to any errors that might occur. So just take it as it comes. Okay, re-ink again. I don't know where we were before oxides because we all rely so heavily on them now. And they are fabulous products. Right, line it up. Near enough, there we go. Yep, it lines up nicely, this one. I'm just going to use the ink that's left on there, a bit more water, just to do that final edge over there. There we are. Right, now I'm going to go straight in and stamp my main image. I'm just going to put a piece of tissue over it just to mop the damp spots because I want to stamp it quickly and let it dry, because I'm going to be using bleach, and it's better if your image is a little bit dry before you add the bleach. Make sure you don't get any bleed. Okay, I've already positioned the stamp on there ready. Gorgeous background, this one. Got music in it, postage stamps. As I haven't got much use in my left arm, I use one of these just to get that extra bit of pressure. And when you've got an inky oxide or acrylic, whatever the background might be, it's best to give it a minute or two just to soak in, because you've got that barrier there of the background inks preventing it, your focal stamping going into the base card. It just needs a minute or two to soak in and absorb. Let's see what we've got. That's not bad at all. Missed a little bit there, but it doesn't matter because, as I said, we're going to, I just want that little bit actually. I'm happy with that little bit. Right, and you can see I've got a little line there, so I'm just going to go back in with that. That's better. Okay, leave that to dry, and I'm going to leave that on there for the time being. I'm going to give it a quick blast with the heat gun because, like I said, I want to use bleach, and you're going to then add colour onto where you bleach. You need to give the bleach time to dry, so it just pulls your colour down and you lose it. You can almost see it absorbing into the cardstock. So I hope if you do it like this, it will dry. Okay, we'll leave that for a minute or two, and we'll just prepare the flowers. For that I use a piece of acetate. You can brayer, but when I want to add a background like that, I do a lot of paper piecing, and I invariably ink my card in this way. You can obviously have as many colours you want. I'm just going to stick with the card pumpkin. Just splodge it onto there, lots of water to help, and just literally push it down, move it around to where you want it on the piece of card. Go in again. If you're using a second colour to build up on top of it, although oxides don't tend to muddy, I like to give a little blast of heat gun in between different colours just to make sure I retain the full colour there that I'm using. It's quite pale. You can see in the two that I've done earlier, that one was quite pale, this one's quite a lot darker. I think I'm going to go for a slightly darker look, so we'll have some more. And if you can equally do that if you want more texture coming through, and I just might do that this time. And leave that to dry for a few minutes. It's very wet, so while that's drying, we can stamp the words. I'm keeping the words separate like that. That's how I rather like to do it. Use amazing and fantastic. There's lots in here. Happy anniversary you could have, special wishes, special birthday, and we've got words like positive, imagine. They're lovely words and very useful. Somewhere I might have that one I'll do. Maybe didn't quite come out completely, so I'm just going to go right or wrong way. There we are. And the little hair here. Never throw your little offcuts away, but they're always useful for little things like that without using a large piece of card. Okay, I'm now going to dry this off a little bit because I want to stamp it. It is very wet because I'll be putting an awful lot of ink on it. Or rather an awful lot of water. Because we've got plenty of outside today. It rained all night, making up for the summer when we didn't get any. I've just got a piece that's big enough to fit the flowers, because the flowers are the only element we want from it on this time around. Right, so just place your card over like that. Keep one hand on it at all times, and then you won't get a double image. And just press round where you want to stamp. I've actually got a bit double out there, but by the time it's cut out, it'll be fine. Okay, and I've already cut one out anyway. Blue Peter style. Now I'm going to just show you why I've got the regular oxides here, because I want to go around the edge here and just give a bit of definition. And you could use the oxide. If you do, if you've got black stamping, it will muddy those edges and you'll lose a bit of the definition of the black, where the regular oxide won't do that. I use a little sponge, and I always keep one set for regular inks and one set for oxides, because although they're the same colour, you won't get a nice smooth finish if you're inking, for instance, like that, if you use the two different distress inks with the one sponge. It is worth having a second set so you don't get little imperfections in it as you ink. Okay. And what I want to do here is just go around the edges like this, so one, it'll darken up those edges a little bit, will draw the eye in, and secondly it removes any white edges you've got around there. Okay, so go all the way round. And it doesn't matter if you go over or further into it, because it just helps give more variance in colour in the flower. Okay, and I've done exactly the same with the gathered twigs and the little hair. I have actually already done him, but do exactly the same. I've cut him out. You don't want to watch me cut him out, I know. Okay, like that. And I'm also going to put a wee bit of just white highlight on him, just his eyes, just there and there, and just a little bit down his front there. Okay, alright, I'll put them aside for a minute. Now we'll see if this is dry enough to put some colour on. If you try to do this too quickly after adding the bleach and the bleach is still damp, you will literally see the colour being pulled away. Let's see this. I haven't actually done the bleaching, have I? Forgive me. That was my intention of doing that a few minutes ago. Okay, ignore me. We'll bleach. The beauty of doing things live. There's nothing more embarrassing than being at a demo, at a show or something, doing something, and people stand there watching you, and somebody say, weren't you meant to do so-and-so first? Yeah, well, actually I was. Which is what I said I was going to do, and you haven't done it. Good, some people are on their toes. I will actually obviously just leave that one as it is, because you'll see then the difference you get by bleaching and not bleaching. Blue is always a bit harder to bleach, for whatever reason. totally honest with you here. This is the 4th attempt at doing this video. My camera's got the heebie-jeebies and it keeps cutting out for whatever reason while I'm videoing. One occasion I got to 7 minutes, the next one we got to 11, and then last time I thought, I cracked it. It took me to 13 or 14 minutes, and I had nearly finished on that one, so this is the 4th attempt. So I'm going to commit the cardinal sin here and do just what I say you shouldn't do, and that's go in very quickly in colour, but time being of the essence. As you can see, it's not quite dry enough there. You can see it pulling back the colour quite quickly. I don't know what would happen with alcohol inks, alcohol pens, if you did this, because I don't use them. I'm not a colourist. Many years ago I bought all the alcohol pens. Many years ago I gave away all the alcohol pens. Colouring is just not for me. I love seeing what other people do, and I'm always in total awe of the wonderful creations people come up with and their colouring skills. It's amazing, but it's not one that I possess, I'm afraid. I'm a bit more of a messy, inky type crafter. Okay, not holding the colour too bad, but you can see it pulling away here and there. I'm going to go back in with a little bit of this, it's gold actually, but it gives quite a nice contrast. You look around the edges, you can see around the edge of the image the colour is pulling back. If you give it half an hour to dry and a bit more patient than I am, then you will get a much better finish. Now I'm going to be quick with this because you really don't want to see me doing this. Okay. You see these look a lot darker than that one where I hadn't bleached it, but you just see a little bit of print coming through, which I think is quite nice actually. Sometimes if I've got a pale background, I won't bother to bleach out. I just thought I would as the purpose of showing you the technique. Let's glue this down. I'm trying to go a bit quicker in the hope my camera doesn't just cut out on me. My husband seems to think it's the CD card in my camera, so perhaps I need to buy a new one. There's a leaf there I haven't coloured. Right, let's take the words. I've just cut them out individually like that. I think I'm going to put Mr. Hare this side this time, and these two I tried in both sides, although I think I do prefer him on the left. pieces of washi tape. I think I'll go with the black one. Like the original sellotape saga, it sticks to you. This is one of those things, there's no right or wrong way, it's just to add a little bit of extra interest. And a finished bit down there, I think. Hopefully. It's quite a nice piece. Yeah. Okay, I take a black fine liner and I go around the edges, which is much quicker than matting and layering. A little bit of this lovely fibre stuff that I'm a bit addicted to. No idea what you call it, but sort of gives a strawy effect. And I'm going to stick some of it onto here. Just like that. Trim it off. It goes everywhere, warn you, but it just helps out, well, to my mind, gives it a bit of a rustic feel. And I'm going to use a little bit of tin flare to stick the hair on so he's raised up a little bit. Yeah. And there you have it. Okay, all ready to mat onto your base card, which I've done in black. I quite like, I use a lot of black base card. One, it saves having to mat and layer, but the black just draws the eye in, gives a little bit of more dimension. Okay, thanks for looking, everybody, and as soon as I get my camera sorted out, I'll make a slightly longer one. Okay, bye bye.